Today we're gonna speedrun potion craft and be ready because this game is totally amazing. I start by skipping the tutorial and I'm gonna use some ingredients that I will crush and send into the cauldron. This will create a path on the map and by steering the potion will move along it. Our goal is to find specific locations like this one, but fortunately they are always at the same place. So we can just light the fire to create our first frost potion. Each effect has a specific position, by the way. I saved the recipe right before sticking the effect, so I can start brewing from this position, without frost effect, saving me a few seconds on the way to the sleeping potion. Each ingredient provides a different path on the map, and we will use only exclusively these 4 ingredients from the beginning, as they let us move to the right, left, top and bottom easily. Okay, after the sleeping potion is done, I can also restart from the previous saved position and go to the dexterity potion. I don't know you, but I really like the brewing mechanic of this game. It's so unique. I saved the potion recipes to be able to recreate them faster, and it's now time for one of the most important potions, the healing one. The last essential tool for brewing is this ladle, which adds water to the potion, bringing it slowly towards the center of the map. This is perfect for being accurately on the right position. These first potions are really fast, so we can now restart from heal position to go to the fast growing potion. For almost all of them, we will make them level 3 by being exactly on the center of the location, and this will be really important later on. If you don't know this game, we are basically an alchemist trying to get rich and create the philosopher stone. Probably for eternal life or any nonsense like that. So we need to be the best alchemists, we cannot do weak potions. Okay, after being able to heal ourselves, why not create some potion? Of course level 3, I don't want anybody to survive. And we are gonna keep going with this potion and combine effects. On the left you can see the effects of the current potion, which is 3 potion right now, and I will take a level 1 fire to make a mixed potion. And I can also add explosion. We can only put 5 effects on a potion, but the game is well done. If I add 1 more, it just removes the first one, so I can stick lightning and freezing. This is our first 5 effect potion. Nice one. And finally, we are going to the left to brew our first level 3 potion. I'm not risking going too fast because we have so many potions to do, and I'm not confident enough for it. I know I'll fail at some point. We got some experience with all of this, so we can take skill points and we're gonna max ingredient saving and better trades. Because yeah, we're not only creating potions, we need to sell them now. At the beginning of the game, they are only asking for heal, potion, fire and frost potions, which are luckily easy to make. And why not take a little rest after our first day of work? But nights are short in this game, so we are already back to shop. Hello, Miss Merchant. Okay, it's kinda expensive, not gonna lie. Can we negotiate a little bit? Yeah, that's better. Yay, we are on day 4 and the alchemist came. This guy is selling some empty papers that allow us to save recipes so we can go back brewing. Starting by saving the fire recipe that I couldn't save before. And it's now time for the light potion. I'm gonna keep going for the libido one. One technique for going faster is to hit the cauldron every time we want to move, as it makes the steering more efficient. Here we go. And I'm also starting again from fire position to take explosion. And a new one for rage. And yeah, I got this error screen when I try to put water. It happens sometimes, but fortunately the game saves really well when it crashes, and I lost only 30 seconds. I'll also do this multiple effect one with both fire and explosion, and we can finally leave this area of the map and go to the bottom with the strength potion. By the way, if the cauldron is hot and we are on these whirlpools, the potion will turn around, and when it reaches the center, we'll get teleported to a specific location. This is rarely useful, but in this case we used it for the stone skin, and I can also restart here for the slow effect potion. Technically I don't need them right now, but I make them as soon as possible to get more XP for the tech tree. Oh, and there are some bones area on the map that we will try to avoid because they break our glass, so I'll try to not stay too long in it, otherwise we lose the current potion, but a little is okay. And we will now do 2 potions here with the night vision effect and 1 combined with dexterity. This area is nightmare, we have to be careful guys. It's amazing that when I need to refocus or think about the next potion to craft, I can just sell a few ones. And now it's time to explore the top of the map by going to the speed potion. I'm not crushing ingredients anymore because it is useful to make them path longer, so we can basically divide the cost of each potion by almost 2. But I'll not need to recreate them that much, so it would be a waste of time to crush each ingredient as we can farm them easily. I saved the recipe without effect, so I don't lose travel time on the way to the charm one. And I reuse this trick for going to the levitation, which is strangely well protected behind his bones. And we are back to the shop. Recognizing the customer or what they want with the text is not always easy, but I always try to sell healing first. Maybe they all got poisoned because of a certain alchemist? Anyway, not my fault. Each day there is the same pattern. with some clients, a merchant, but we only need the woman, not the mushroom guy, and again some clients. So when they are slowly walking, I am speeding up to do other actions like creating potions with recipes. For this I just have to select the effect needed and click this button to create 5 potions instantly with reduced cost. Yeah, saved recipes are insane. Because we need so many ingredients, a good way to farm them is the magic garden. This garden is insane, we just have to water the plants and the next day we can harvest. And thanks to the tech tree, I can triple their amount each day for 24. Imagine such a garden, how it would be hard to take care of. But in our case it's so perfect, because we need hundreds for each plant. Okay, I will take advantage of this selling time to explain why we need to sell that much. The first reason is that we need to be rich. The money will be useful for buying ingredients, legendary recipes like the philosopher stone, and upgrades to our house. But we will be so rich in any case, so it's not the main reason. So, to finish the game, we have to go through chapters from 1 to 10, which are basically the steps of the game. Each chapter has some tasks to do, like discovering new potion effects or creating multiple effect potions like we did, so we just have to finish the 10th chapter for finishing the game and stop the timer. But one of the longest tasks in the game is obtaining level 15 in popularity. And we earn 5 popularity for each potion sold. This is symbolized by the little star icon there. And we will need more than 2000 total popularity. The exact number is about 450 potions sold. Fortunately, we can do the task of future chapters before finishing the previous ones. So I can do this task now, even if it's a chapter 10-1. Also, I didn't show you the last room of this house, which is the basement. And as long as I don't visit it, the game considers that I didn't finish the first chapter and that I'm still a noob. So the customers will only ask me one of the 4 basic potions, which require less ingredients and it's easier to find which one to sell fast. Haha, if only they knew what I'm able to do. So we are selling level 3 potions because they give more popularity and money. And we also took some 3 skills for boosting it. I didn't finish all potions yet, so let's go back to it with these combining effects of levitation and invisibility. If I don't do it wrong, because it was 3 levitations and 2 invisibility, not the reverse. Okay, I did it again. Now it's time for the lightning one, then another combined potion with frost. We can also do the mana alone and the invisibility alone, our last potion before the popularity rush. You can notice a second score under popularity, and this is reputation. This shows if I am evil or good. Turned out that in this run a lot of people ask me for potion, so the game considers that I'm evil apparently. I am not the one who is killing! I don't know how there are still people alive, by the way. I'm using my keyboards a lot for moving through the rooms faster, but also for answering the customers. I just press 1 to accept a deal, 2 to negotiate, and 3 and 4 to refuse them, which is so much faster than clicking. Also, R opens the save recipes, T the tech tree, and shift clicks send ingredients directly in the cauldron when brewing. So it's saving up a lot of time in the run. It is really well done, honestly. Finally! After giving enough potion for the biggest medieval war of all time, we will pass to level 15 in popularity. Here it is! This means that I can finally finish the first chapter by visiting the basement, where we will do a lot of secret things. And now the alchemist merchant is finally trusting us and selling the alchemy machine, meaning also the start of problems. We don't care about losing our reputation, so bye bye everyone. You went too late, we are closed. During empty times, I can now use the new alchemy machine to create legendary recipes. And we are lucky, the alchemist gave us the recipe. We'll need a potion of poison 3, strength 3, sleeping 3, stone skin 3 and slowness 3 at the right place. And let's activate the lever to start baking. I refer some clients while it's cooking and ta-da! Just like that we created our first legendary recipe, the black stone. And let's save it and create a second one, as this one will serve as a base for other recipes. Finishing the first chapters also unlocked a bunch of new characters, but the only one we will care about is the miner. This guy is selling stones that will be so useful. So now we just have to pass every day as fast as possible and go through the chapters to unlock the new recipes and upgrades. And on day 63, this guy passed to sell us the void salt recipe. I love this guy. The potions we need for this one are basic, so we all have them already, and we just need to add the blackstone that we created. There are some few salt recipes that we'll have to create, and they can provide different effects while creating potions. This void salt is able to delete a part of a path on a map, which will be useful when I will fail some few recipes later. The blue guy doesn't want to come! Yay! But I made a little mistake. He's not selling us the upgrade of the machine that I wanted because I forgot to finish the chapter 3. I just have to create a potion with a different look, and voila! The image shows a 4, but it basically means we finished the third one and we can move on to the fourth one. And while I'm here, let's create the last easy potions, acid and necromancy. On necromancy, we have to use the stones bought from the miner. Instead of creating a normal path like other ingredients, they allow us to teleport the potion from beginning to end of path. So perfect for transforming this nightmare potion into an easy one. I'm still not sure what necromancy means, to be honest, but it looks creepy. Unfortunately, I went to the cursed potion, but I forgot that I'm missing some few steps before being able to rotate the potion, so I can't do a level 3 one. My route was not perfect, I guess, so let's just save the recipe and do it later. It's not a big deal. Okay, now we can just wait for the alchemist again, and he will sell us the machine upgrade, finishing the chapter 5. And this upgrade makes the next stone possible, the white one. Now that the machine is bigger, we have to place 9 potions in it, so I placed dexterity, celerity, and mana. But the lever is not highlighted, meaning this recipe is a wrong one. But fortunately for us, this game is well done, and by checking the recipe, I can see which one is wrong. I confused myself with another recipe. Okay, let's correct it, and nice! The lever is shining, which means it's correct this time. So let's make the white stone. Our new best friend came back. He's selling us the most expensive oil I've ever seen. This is basically a brand new map to explore, with these weird oil pools, making the path more slippery, I guess. It just consumes more ingredients, not a big deal. But it also means a lot of new potions. Technically, all these potions are available on the first map, which is water map. But they are really far, and we cannot do their level 3 as we need their next salt. So instead, we will use the oil map to brew potions of frost protection and then enlargement on the left of the map. On the right, we will take fire protection, if I don't miss it. There it is. And as always, I save before taking the effect, so I can move on to the slipperiness directly from here. I also restart here for the shrinking one, and again for the anti-magic. At this point we have the potions needed for the next legendary stone, but let's finish with the oil map. This time we go to the bottom and save the recipe, and starting from here I can then create glue and bad smell on the left, and then move to the right with lightning protection, poison protection, acid protection, and the last one, youngness potion. Starting from the previous potion is sometimes consuming a lot of ingredients as the path is not optimal, but it saves a lot of time while brewing. Time for the yellow stone! For this one we just need a few basic potions, plus some that we just created like enlargement, the white stone, slipperiness, frost and fire protection, and shrinking. And while it's baking, let's buy from the blue guy the last machine upgrade and a brand new recipe, the lunar salt. I'm going to save the Yellowstone recipe and create a second one, because we always need 2 for creating the associated salt and the next stone. Okay, the lunar salt is really easy to do thanks to the multiple effect potions we created at the beginning, and for the first time, this recipe will be really useful. Oh, and it is eventually finishing chapter 7. We are going good! This alchemist is trying to sell us wine. Nope dude, sorry, not this time. Wine is a new map, but we don't need it in the speedrun as it uses a lot of stones to navigate in. Redstone, it's your time! I believe there are some names for these stones, but I call them by their color, it's easier. I'm sorry, little stones. Now I can repair my previous mistake and finish the curse potion by adding lunar salt. This one turns the potion on itself, which allows me to get level 3. And while we are brewing, it's time to discover the last effects of the game. The little problem of these potions is that they are really far from the center and we need a stone to teleport through the bones. Or at least it is so much faster than trying to avoid them. So let's take fear, inspiration, hallucination, luck, and the very last one, perfume. Wow, it uses a lot of ingredients now. I don't know if we will have enough. And chapter 8 is finished. We discover all types of potions. For the last 2 chapters, only the legendary recipes are left. Philosopher stones, be ready, we are coming to get you. But before this, we need to finish the redstone. I take a lot of time to place these potions. I am a bit confused after all these recipes, to be honest. But I think it's fine. Oh, notice the upgrade on the machine, adding 3 new potions to put on the top. Okay, good. And now that it's done, this guy sells us the solar salt recipe. So, guess what will be our next step? But for this one I need 2 more multiple effect potions. Which is not a big deal, I just have to restart from Rage and go to Enlargement, and start from Night Vision to go to Light Effect. Thanks to our routing, the rest of them were already created. This salt also makes the potion rotate on itself, like Lunar Salt, but this time it's the other direction. We will not really use it, but we need it for finishing the game. And boom! We finished chapter 9. Okay, you may think that the end of the game is really close, right? Me too, I thought. Remember good this timer, because it will go really fast now. So from now on we have only 3 goals. Create the life salt, the philosopher's stone, and the philosopher's salt using it. But developers thought it would be good to create a lot of really long potions, so let's go! I'm gonna start back from this potion that I created at the beginning to create a 5 effect potion. Oh no, it doesn't work because it removed the speed effect. Anyway, let's just add speed back. We can't! I guess I should have tested this fruit before. Ignore this. Let's start again from speed and add a bunch of effects, 3 times for 3 different potions. All of them are really close to the center, but in different directions, so it's a bit long but easy. Now that it's done, we can start from this potion from the beginning of the run to add a fast growing effect instead of frost. And boom, 20 potions left. The 2 effects potions are pretty simple too, but let's go slow to avoid any errors. For the next 3 ones, we are back on the oil base, and I will save a common recipe with frost protection and lightning protection, so we can just add the missing effects one by one. They are almost the same. The next one is really long. Oops! I didn't save the recipe, so I have to start over. At this point, only potions with 5 effects are required, and guess what? For most of them we need to cross the entire map. By the way, the real run link is available in description, if you want to see all the run. I had so much fun during this speedrun. It has a mix of mechanics, accuracy and fast decision making, with a really great base game mechanic. UI also makes everything really smooth and enjoyable, and the version 2.0 has rebalanced the game. Anyway, let's go back to it, with this horrific potion that we start from the very top left with fear effect and bring to the very right bottom for youngness. And of course we need to take other effects on the road, and it explains why we need a lot of stones. Let's go to necromancy. Okay, nice, we just need youngness. Oh gosh, I put too many flowers to move right, meaning the path is going to the bones. Okay, I guess this is the perfect occasion to show you the effect of the void salt. It is slowly deleting the path we created. It is usually a bit useless, but this time, oh my gosh, thank you developers for this. And all of this for 1 potion. Next one is easier, as we only stay in the center, so let's keep it fast. Okay, I'm on the death potion, starting from necromancy, curse and enlargement, and I thought I took the curse effect, but I guess I was not on it. Starts to be late. So we have to go back to take it. This is a huge time lost. And after traveling a lot, only 5 potions are missing. Only 3 left. The 2 last ones. Okay, nice. As soon as I create this potion, I just have to combine them to finish the game. But we have some ingredient issues. I probably made too many mistakes. So let's spend a few more days just gardening again and again. Okay, nice. I can create the second redstone we needed. First recipe is the vital salt. It says it gives some heal back to a potion. I don't really know what it means, but it looks cool. We don't need to brew anymore, guys. And it's finally time for the philosopher stone. Oh my god, it's so satisfying when all the potions are already created. And yep, you can see that we are really happy about it. So the last recipe isn't exactly the philosopher stone, but the philosopher's soul that we create with it. And this is the reason why we had to do all these nightmare potions. Look at this horrible recipe. And as soon as I press the lever, we will finally become the greatest alchemist of all time. 2 hours and 10 minutes. This is a huge improvement on the world record. It can be better, but I take it, guys. See you later.